Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Miss Marcy, and this is my Love and Hip Hop New York Season 6, Episode 7 recap. Now, listen, I know it's kind of late. I know it is, but I had some other stuff going on, so I couldn't, do my videos like I was doing. Well, my audio recaps, rather. But hey, listen, better late than never, okay? Alright, so the first scene is Rob meets up with Rose and Talia to basically tell them, what happened during her fashion show with Lexie and the situation with Remy. Lexie got upset at her fashion show because here she is walking down the runway being a model, and yet Ra had Mariah performing. So Lexie was feeling some type of way about that, which is understandable because it's like, hell, if I'm your artist, you're my manager, why are you letting somebody else perform at your function when you're supposed to be letting me perform, so I can get more exposure, whatever. So, excuse me. So Lexie wasn't feeling that, so they got into it or whatever, and then Remy and Ra got into it as well. But like I said, overall, Ra wanted to meet up with, with her friends or whatever, with Rose and Talia to kind of talk about it. And so they're telling her, the situation with Lexie, she basically should have communicated better with Lexie, which is true. She should have. And as far as the situation with Remy, Rose and Talia, they just like, you got to make that right. You know what I'm saying? So they switch gears for a second. They start Ross starts asking them, like, well, what's up? Who got the tea? Anybody getting some D? And Rose tells them that she's dating DJ Self. And they're like, what? DJ Self? DJ Self? Well, you dating DJ Self? So, yeah. Interesting, okay? To say the least. Alright, so the next thing, we got Remy and Papoose. They meet up to go cake testing. Now, while they're doing their cake testing, Papoose brings up the guest list for their wedding, for their upcoming wedding. And let me say this, I gotta say this. I probably said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. I love the way Papoose loves her. Oh my gosh, he loves Remy. He really does. Did y'all know her real name? Remy's real name in real life is Reminisce or something like that. Reminisce or Reminisce. Interesting. So, anywho, like I said, they're doing their cake testing, and Papoose brings up, the guest list, and Remy's, she's like, this is an exciting time for me, but when he brings up the guest list, it makes me it basically puts a damper on her mood because it takes Remy back to a place where when she was locked up, she felt like certain people that she thought was supposed to be there for her or that would be there for her, they were not. And so it makes her feel some type of way about that. So, because in Remy's mind, she's like, anybody who wasn't fucking with me when I was locked up, who wasn't down for me, I don't want them at my wedding. And it's just that plain and simple with Remy. So, Papoose is like, well, if you're feeling these type of issues towards anybody, I think we need to deal with that before we go on and say I do. See, I like Papoose. Papoose is not about no drama. He don't want that mess. I mean, drama is what caused them to be apart for 6 years. And it just seemed like, on the one hand, I think Remy Ma learned her lesson, but on the other hand, it's kind of like, to me, she seemed like she's still carrying a lot of baggage from the whole being gone for 6 years, and it's understandable. I've never did time or anything like that, but I can only imagine. I think more than anything, she probably feels a lot of regret, and she probably feels like, it's just, I think it's some insecurity there because of that. Just because she was gone and there was some things she didn't get to do or things she didn't get to see. I mean, because even though she's out, and I'm pretty sure she is thankful, and I mean, she had a damn good man by her side holding her down. But at the same time, it's like, that's 6 years she can never get back. And it's like, that's time lost. And it's time lost because basically she couldn't control her temper. Because Remy Ma seemed like she can kind of get a little hot-headed. She comes off like a bully sometimes to me. I like Remy Ma, actually, but I don't like the way she comes at people sometimes. So, anywho, she agrees to sit down with the people in her life that she's had an issue with, which one of those being Papoose's mother, because she felt like she wasn't there for her either, as well as her own mother and her sister. Now, I really love the way that Papoose's family, like his daughter and his mother and Remy, they're all just really close. I mean, it just seemed like, I don't know, like it just seems like they were meant to be or something, you know. So anyway, moving on to the next scene. Well, basically, Remy does agree to sit down with everybody, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, so moving on to the next scene. Yandy and Mo, they're in the studio, and Yandy basically tells Mo that she wants her to do the Gwyneth Fest again, and she wants her to really kill it, you know, because she wanted to be no drama, but she does want it to be like a friendly competition between Mo and Bianca, in which, in my personal opinion, that was a low key setup, man. Yandy know damn well Bianca and Mo, when you put those two together, it ain't nothing friendly about those two. So I don't even know why Yandy would even try to pull that one. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ain't gonna see through that. Yeah, Yandy. Yandy be low key on some little shady stuff, quiet as kept. I don't know. But anyway, so you know, she's like, I want y'all to just have like a little friendly competition, you know, because last time they said Bianca killed it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, most seem like, I think this is what I think. I think if Bianca was wanting to squash the beef, I think Mo would do it. I really think that Mo really kind of tired of going back and forth with Bianca. And I'm gonna say this, Mo got flow, man. I was low key slipping on Mo, like for real. Mo low key got some flows, man. So anyway, moving on to the next scene. So we got Peter and Amina, and which I'm so over the Amina. I said Peter. I'm so over the Peter, Amina, and Tyra storyline. This shit is boring the fuck out of me. Okay? I'm so tired of Peter sticking his dick in Tyra 1 minute, and then literally the next minute he's sticking his dick in Amina. And it's just, they're going back and forth, and it's like, dude, you know, I mean, I know sometimes people be torn between the two, but I just really feel like this whole situation is a hot ass mess. It's a hot ghetto ass mess, and it's like, dude, you're not still in high school. You're not, and I'm not saying a man has to be in high school to be torn between two women, but I mean, I just feel like the way he's going about doing it, I ain't never liked a man who would go back and forth like that between two women, and they all just know it. Hell, they all need to just have a fucking threesome together. He's sleeping with both of them, like back to back, unprotected at that. And which I understand he's comfortable with both of them, but still, like, it's just trifling. This is just a trifling ass situation. So anywho, so they're showing Peter and Amina, they're all good. You know, Peter's basically vowing that he's going to do right by her this time, and he hopes that she's acknowledging it. And she's like, you know, she's basically telling Peter that she wants him to stay the same. She wants him to stay exactly how he is, because this is what she's loving, and she ain't never going nowhere especially if he stays who he is right now, because right now he's been trying to be a quote unquote good boy. Basically, he's been doing good, not fucking Tyra, basically. So he's been on the up and up. He's been doing good. He's been coming home every night. So this is what Amina's been wanting from him, and this is what he's been trying to give her. So they're just basically telling each other that they hope that they can stay like this. But we all know. And I'm going to get to that later. So next scene, Lexie meets up with Mo, because Lexie feels like she just needs somebody to talk to. She needs to vent some things out, because she was not feeling the situation with Ra and Mariah Lynn at Ra's fashion show. So she meets up with she meets up with Mo, and basically she starts off the conversation. She tells Mo, like, you know, she hopes that they can, you know, she hopes that whatever they go through business-wise does not affect their friendship, because really, you know, outside of them being business partners and rap partners, they are friends. They're like sisters. So Mo's like, well, it's not what's going on outside. It's not what's going on in the business that's affecting our friendship. It's you basically allowing people to drop their opinions on you, and you're being persuaded by it. You're being influenced by other people. And Mo also went on to tell Lexie that ever since Rock came in the picture, you've been kind of different. Whether you want to admit it or not, you've been different. You've been on some brand new shit, basically. And Lexie's just like, no, that's not the case. You know, she's like, you know, you just feel like everything got to be your way or no way. And it's just, you just basically, Lexie was telling Mo she was kind of selfish. So, after they get through that part, um, Lexie tells Mo that, you know, she hasn't been working and things have not been on the up and up with her and her career, and that, you know, she's just been chilling for real. Rod hasn't gotten her in the studio or none of that. So Mo's like, well, I don't know if this is a good time to tell you, but I've been working with Yandy and I've been getting work. You know, she was telling her that she was telling Mo that I'm sorry, Mo was telling Lexie that Yandy set up some things for her and she's gonna be doing the Gwyneth Fest. And I don't think Mo was gloating in Lexie's face. I think Mo was just telling her what was going on. And, you know, but, so then Mo hits her like, well, shit, I gotta go. I'm gonna holler at you. Shit, I got some studio time to get to. I got studio time to get to. And Lexie's like, all right, we'll have a good session. But before Mo left, Lexie mentioned that, hell, maybe we could do the Gwyneth Fest together. You know, just one last show together, as partners or whatever. Mo's like, ain't no partners. No. Nah, blood, you made that very clear. And so, basically, Mo's like, well, no, we ain't gonna do no partner thing because, I mean, you know, basically, shit, Lexie let her go. You know, Lexie broke off the partnership, so Mo's like, all right, that's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. So, ain't no partner, honey. We doing this solo thing, and we gonna ride this thing out. So anyway, so Mo skedaddles off to her studio session. So then they just show Lexie just kind of sitting there like, damn. Alright, so next up we got Cardi B, Mariah, and Bianca. They all meet up at the Brooklyn Glass to do some glass blowing. Whatever the fuck that is. I don't give me the line. I ain't never heard of no glass blowing, but whatever. So they meet up to do that, and you know, women, they gotta start talking. So they start talking, and Mariah Lynn's like, you know, the last time I saw you, Bianca, was at the Gwyneth Fest with all that drama with them two BBOD bitches. You know what I'm saying? So Mariah Lynn goes on to tell Bianca, like, shit, you know, I got my own issue with them bitches. You know, I got my own issues with them girls, and so she's talking about that. They're both kind of talking about it, and Mariah Lynn's like, you know, when you see them or whatever, and I see them, you know, if you got some, you know, you end up getting into it with them, just tag me in. I got your bag, basically. So that was pretty much it. So they're talking about, you know, basically just doing what they gotta do when they see BBOD. So anyway, Bianca also invites them to her studio session, her next studio session with Yandy. So anywho, next thing. So Lexie and Rod, they meet up. And they meet up to discuss what happened at the fashion show. So Lexie basically tells Rod, like, you know, I just really wasn't feeling that. You know, I just felt like I'm your artist. You know, why do you don't have me performing? I done spoke highly of you. I mean, and I can really understand where Lexie's coming from. So Rod apologized to her. And also, I could tell that now that Lexie knows that, you know, Mo's getting work and she's working with Yandy, now Lexie's like really, really anxious to work, because she starts telling Rod, like, you know, I spoke to Mo. Mo told me she working with Yandy now, and they're working. They're working over there. So Rod's like, well, I mean, you know, if you just want to meet people, we can just go to events, because Lexie told Rod that, you know, Yandy's gonna be introducing Mo to some people or whatever, you know. So yeah, Rod's like, well, shit, if you want to just meet some people, we can just go to events, you know. And so Lexie's like, nah, I don't want to just meet people. So Rod's like, well, don't be telling me what they're doing over there, you know. Basically, I could care less. So So Rod goes on to tell Lexie that she got a surprise for her. You know, she want to see her happy. So she's arranged for a hot rap artist to sit in on her studio session or whatever. And also, she's also going to look into getting Lexie in the Gwyneth Fest. Alright? So y'all know they gotta stir this motherfucking pot. They gotta get this shit brewing. They gotta get it going. Because we all know it's a setup. We all know that. But we gonna roll with it because that's how we do on these reality shows. So, anywho, next thing, Rich Dollaz and Papoose, they all meet up. I'm sorry, Rich Dollaz, Papoose, and DJ Self, they all meet up to go shoot some pool. And they just hang out and just kind of talk or whatever. You know, man talk. And, you know, ever since Rich Dollaz' baby mama took his daughter back, you know, to wherever they live at. It's like, you know, Rich just been just kind of like down about that, so he wanted to get out. So they meet up, they talking, they shooting the breeze or whatever. And DJ Self tells them about the situation with Yorma and Rose and all the drama that's been going on. And basically, Rich Dollaz tells him, like, look, you know, if you really love Yorma, you gotta do what you gotta do to get her back. You know what I'm saying? Get back in her good graces. I mean, Rich Dollaz would be the one to talk. I mean, oh my gosh. But, you know, I guess he's one of those people, he can give advice, but he can't take his own damn advice. So Papoose starts talking about, you know, Remy and how it's just hard to keep a woman happy, and he was telling them about all the feelings that Remy's been feeling about, you know, everybody else not being there for her when she was locked down or whatever. And, you know, not Papoose, but Rich Dollaz is like, well, look, you know, you should have her sit down, you know, with your mom and see if she can walk away from that conversation. Let them vent it out, let them get it out, and see if Remy walks away from that conversation feeling any better. And Papoose was like, you know, yeah, you're right. So that was the end of that scene, basically. So, as she promised, in the next scene, Rod surprised Lexie with this rapper, this hot rapper that she talked about, and it was French Montana. So Lexie walks in the studio, and there sits French Montana and some other guy. And so they play the track for French Montana, and Lexie starts performing or whatever, doing her thing, and she got a little bit of flow too. I think she needs to work on her stage presence, but she got a little bit of flow. I kind of slept on BBOD, and you know what? Mo is not like, I thought she was just so freaking ugly when I first saw her on here. I'm like, oh my gosh, this bitch is ugly as hell. But you know, I don't think she's ugly. I think her hairstyles just don't work for her. That's what I think it is. I don't know what it is, but it's like her hairstyles that she's been having just don't work for her. So anywho, Peter goes to see Tara. Okay, so basically Tara, you know, told him she didn't want to have shit to do with him. Now all of a sudden she calls him. So of course he, like a fucking dog whose ears perked up, he perked up and he went right over there. So he goes over there. They're sitting on the couch. And, you know, Tara's being kind of dramatic, acting, knowing she can't wait to tell him her ass is pregnant. She can't wait. You know, she one of them type of chicks that seem like she be trying to get him, you know, she'll have to keep a nigga baby. You know what I'm saying? So she tells Peter, like, you know, I went to the doctor and I wasn't feeling good, and basically, I'm 8 weeks pregnant, or whatever how many weeks she was. I think she said 8 weeks. So he's like, damn. They both just kind of like, my thing is this, and this is what I don't understand about people. I don't understand this about people. How the hell are you having unprotected sex, but then you get surprised when somebody get pregnant? What? That doesn't make sense to me. I do understand that every time you have sex with somebody and you know you have unprotected sex, it is no guarantee you're gonna get pregnant, but it's no guarantee you won't. I mean, it's like, why be surprised when you do get pregnant? I don't know. I just feel like it's some fucking exaggeration going on. What else do you think is going to happen? So I you know. So anywho, and at this time, mind y'all, Tyra doesn't know that Amina terminated her pregnancy. So as far as for all she know, and he got both of them pregnant at the same time. And if you ask me, well, he did have both of them pregnant at the same time. Just Amina, you know, aborted. She terminated her pregnancy, but I'm just saying, Tyra feels like, oh my gosh, he has both of us pregnant at the same time. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I think some women actually I don't know, like they don't mind this back and forth shit. They don't mind it. They just want him to be like they just enjoy when he's with them. Like Tyra, I think Tyra enjoys it when he's with her. It's just although she acts like, oh, I'm just so over this. I think sometimes she likes it. I know that sounds crazy, but I think sometimes her and Amina both just it's crazy to me. It's crazy and it's trifling. And both of them just seem like two women that just don't feel like they can do any better. I just feel like when a man goes back and forth like that, he don't deserve neither one of y'all bitches. Both of y'all should go ahead and give his ass the boot. Because neither one of y'all deserve for him to go back and forth like that. He's hurting both of y'all, and it's annoying. And honestly, he going back and forth because maybe y'all don't really fulfill him all the way. Like Tara don't fulfill him all the way, and neither does Amina. So that's why he like having both of y'all. But I think too, he only deals with both of y'all because I think he deals with both of them because they let him. People only do what you let them do. You know, if they keep opening the fucking door and keep opening their legs for him, well, I mean, what else he gonna do? Why not? Anyway, so she tells him she's pregnant. Tara tells Peter she's pregnant. They both get to crying, and she yells at him like, you know, you need to handle your shit and you need to own up to your shit, you know. So they kind of go back and forth about that. Peter kind of starts getting teary-eyed. A part of me don't feel sorry for Peter because it's like, dude, you know what the hell you doing. But anyway, Pap and Remy go and they go to see Pap's mom. And oh, let me say this. Papoose's mother looks like she looks like she could be Remy Ma's mother. Remy look just like her, and they even talk alike. I see why Papoose fell in love with Remy. She looked like his mama, and Papoose's mama is a very pretty woman, and so is Remy. You know, Remy's a very cute girl to me. You know, but I thought it was just so fun. I was like, oh my gosh, Remy looked just like his mama. That's funny. I mean, that's cute. You know what I mean? It's funny, but it's funny in a cute way. Anyway, so they talk. You know, they sit down. They get an understanding. Basically, when Remy was locked up, you know, Papoose's mother saw her son basically just being consumed by that whole situation, and he wasn't living his own life, and she didn't want that for him. But Remy took that to mean, oh, you know, I don't want my son with somebody that's locked up. He can do better. But that wasn't what Papoose mom was basically saying. And I like how they was able to get that out and just come to an understanding and just be honest and say, you know, you took that the wrong way. Papoose's mother told Remy she took that the wrong way, and that's not how she meant it, and she apologized if that's how she came off. Remy apologized for taking it the wrong way. You know, like, his mom wasn't saying she didn't want him with Remy. She was just saying she wanted him to still live his life while Remy was locked up, because I mean, he wasn't locked up physically, you know, although he said that mentally he was institutionalized. Ooh, that man loved Remy, honey. He loved her dirty draws, honey. That's beautiful. Beautiful. So anyway, so they got that going, and then they started talking about Remy's mom, because Remy still got issues from her childhood and just her mom not being there for her like that. And I feel like this. I can tell Remy do wear a lot of bitterness on her. She wear that. She carries a lot of that bitterness. But I think that when you're feeling some type of way about a situation, whether it be from childhood or whether it be from your adulthood life, I feel like when you wear it like that and you carry it, I think you really need to sit down and address the person, and I think you need to let it go. Because first of all, it's not healthy to walk around with that, and it's not fair to other people. And what I mean is when it rubs off, when it shows up on you. You know, I just think that it's at that point you need to address it, and once you address it, whether the person receives it or not, like whether the person you address it to, whether they are understanding and open about it or whether they reject you, regardless, I think at that point after you address it, you need to let it go. Let it go, and you need to try to find a way to not let that affect your life as an adult, and definitely try not to let it affect your relationships with other people. But I definitely think that Remy has some anger issues going on. I think she's a cool, sweet girl, but I think it's something about when she feels like she's being tested, or when she feels like, you know, somebody's trying to front on her or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like that. Anyway, so next thing, Mo goes into the studio. And, you know, like I said before, Mo got flows, man. I wasn't feeling that blue hair on her, though. Turquoise, blue, whatever the hell it was. That was ugly. I just was not feeling that hair on her. So Yandy walks in like, hey, you know, they all chummy Charlie. And Yandy's happy to see Mo up in the studio, getting it in, getting that work in. Mo was really, I really liked her flow. Like, for real. And I pride myself on being a person who can hear some good lyrics, and you know, I'm very lyrically conscious. And but yeah, she got it. She can do something. She get with the right person, she can really do something. I mean, only person I've ever known of Yandy to manage was Jim Jones. And I'm not discrediting Yandy, but I just haven't seen her really. I don't know. I don't know of any other people that she's really made their career go high, and that's no shade towards Yandy. I'm just saying I don't know. Maybe I need to Google Yandy, okay? I'm gonna research that. Anyway, so you know, it's a good vibe going on in the studio. Mo's doing her thing, Yandy's loving it, and it's just really like a cool little, you know, situation. Now here come the bullshit. So Bianca and Cardi B walks up in there. They stroll on in, and instantly it's tension. You can cut the damn tension with a fucking machete. So I think Yandy set this shit up. I really do. I do. I mean, come on now. How is it a coincidence that that Bianca walks up in there while Mo's in there in her session? Come on. Yandy schedules the studio time, so it is so stage shit. But we gonna roll with it, like I said. So anyway, Bianca gets straight to it, honey. She gets straight to it, and she asks Yandy, like, why you got Mo in the studio with you? Why you got her in the studio with you? Yandy said, do you pay my bills? I fell out laughing on that part. I couldn't help myself. She said, do you pay my bills? I'm like, shit, you don't question me about a motherfucking thing. Nah, but she was just like, do you pay my bills? And then, you know, Bianca's like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, you got her in the studio with me. So Mo pops in. She put her 2 cents in. And she's like, you know, Bianca, this is my studio session. Bianca's like, I'm not talking to you. Mo's like, I know you're not talking to me, but damn it, I'm just what I'm saying. You in my studio session, though, for real. So they start going back and forth, you know. And Mo's like, you know, you just mad. Bianca's like, no. Mo's like, don't embarrass yourself. Don't get yourself embarrassed a second time. Mo's like, embarrassed for what? Embarrassed how? Bitch, I already done beat your ass before. And not only that, Mo, you can't fight. So they going back and forth. And I don't know where the hell it came from, but Bianca pulls out a bottle of something, and I think they gave it to her, man. I think the producers gave her something to fucking throw, cause this shit is just getting it seems like every episode this shit gets more and more staged every episode. Because I even had to rewind it. I was looking at Bianca's hand when she first walked in. She walked in, she had like a metallic color bag or some type of little sparkly grayish bag or whatever in her hand, right? I didn't see no drink or nothing. You know what I'm saying? She had this bag in her hand and like her other hand was free. Next thing you know, they arguing or whatever. All of a sudden, she got a bottle of something in her hand. And it was just like, yeah, they gave that to her. This shit. So she basically, you know, it was soda or something, because when she opened it, it just fizzed on out. So she opened it, threw it on Mo. As usual, it seemed like Bianca always gets the best of Mo too. So the producers immediately jump in and grab Bianca. excuse me, y'all, grab Bianca, pull her on out. Then Mo's like, I'm about to fuck her up. And that was basically it. Then it went off or whatever. But I'm just like, So, if I left anything out, y'all feel free to leave that below. And, this has been Miss Marcy. Until next time, I holla. I'm about to go to bed. Peace.